Hello guys. So now today let us start illustration 14 of income from other sources, which is in page number 149. So here let us find a solution here. Mr. Prakash has the following investments in the previous year ended on 31st March 2019. So they are given multiple points here. Rupees 11,000, 10% central government bonds, rupees 36,000, 10% tax-free commercial securities, rupees 3,600 received as interest on tax-free public limited companies, for rupees 4,000 received as interest on UP government securities, rupees 36,000 received. It is 3,600, not 36,000. Please correct it. It is rupees 3,600 received as interest on tax-free company securities listed. So make it as rupees 3,600. In the question they have mentioned wrongly. Okay. And next, rupees 30,000, 13.5% securities of cement company unlisted, rupees 35,000, 11% securities of a paper mill company, rupees 10,000. Okay. So in this problem, rupees 10,000, 11% compound interest, and you know how to compute the compound interest because they are purchased in 31st March 2017. So 31st March 2017 means if they have purchased at the end of the financial year. So we can calculate for the remaining 2 years, that is from 1st April 2017 to 18 and 18 to 19, where our financial year will be from 18 to 19. Okay. Next, for purchasing a cement company securities, he took a loan of rupees 25,000 at 15% per annum. This loan was taken from his friend in Bahrain. So Bahrain is situated outside the country. So keep in mind, Bahrain is situated outside the country. If the interest has been paid Bahrain but no deduction of tax at source is made. Please underline that word. The interest has been paid in Bahrain but no deduction of tax at source is made. If the payment is made outside India, if they have deduct TDS, we should gross it up. If they are not deduct TDS, we should not gross it up. Okay. So if they have deducted TDS, we should gross it up. If they are not deducted TDS, we should not gross it up. Okay. The bank charged 1.5% commission on gross interest as collection charges. Interest on all securities is payable half yearly each year except on saving certificates, which is due but not payable yearly. Find out taxable income from interest on securities under the head income from other sources for the assessment year 2019-20. So now let us start the solution. So the heading, as you know, you should write by your own. So the heading will be computation of income from other sources of Mr. Prakash for the assessment year 2019-20. Computation of income from other sources of Mr. Prakash for the assessment year 2019-20. So in this first point, A, central government securities. Central government securities. So rupees 11,000, 10% central government securities. So 11,000 into 10%, it becomes 1,100. Okay. Next one. Tax-free commercial securities. Tax-free commercial securities. So 36,000 into 10%, it becomes 3,600. Because they have mentioned tax-free, we should gross it up. 3,600 into 100 divided by 100 minus 10. I think in the solution they have given wrongly, but the answer is correct. Okay, so 3600 into 100 divided by 100 minus 10, it becomes 100 by 90. So it comes to rupees 4000. Next one, C. Received as interest on tax-free public limited company securities. Tax-free public limited company securities. Because they have mentioned the word tax-free, they have not mentioned government tax-free. They have mentioned only tax-free. So we need to gross it up. So 3600, they have given the interest amount directly into 100 divided by 100 minus 10. So therefore it becomes 4000. Okay, next one, D. 4000 received as interest on UP government securities. So received as interest on UP government securities. So it becomes to rupees 4000. Next point, received as interest on tax-free company securities. So they have given the amount wrongly. As I said you, by reading the question here, it is just 3600, not 36,000. So 3600 into 100 divided by 100 minus 10. Because they have used the word tax free, though the amount has not crossed the limit of 10,000, but we need to gross it up. So it comes to rupees 4000. Next, securities of cement company. Securities of cement company. So they have invested 30,000 into 13.5%. So 30,000 into 13.5%. Let me calculate this. 30,000 into 13.5%. It comes to rupees 4050. Next one. Securities of paper mill. Securities of paper mill. Paper mill company. Securities of paper mill company. So 35,000 into 11%. So we need to calculate. So 35,000 into 11%, it comes to rupees 3,850. 3,850. Next, Jaipur Municipal Corporation bond. Jaipur Municipal corporation bond. Jaipur Municipal Corporation bond. So 10,000 into 15%. So 10,000 into 15%, it comes to rupees 1,500. Okay. Next one. Compound interest on savings certificate. Compound interest on savings certificate. So keep in mind, concentrate here. He has purchased on 31/3/2017. So for how many years we need to calculate? So 31/3 means 1/4/2017 to 31/3/2018. This will be 1 year. Okay, and in the same way 2018 to 2019. So we need to calculate for 2 years. So keep in mind, we need to calculate for how many years? 2 years. Therefore 10,000 into 11% is it? This will be 1,100 plus 11,000. So we need to add both. Sorry, 10,000. It becomes 11,100 into 11%. 11,100 into 11%. It becomes 1,221. 1,221. Okay. So I think I have cleared here. So you can cross verify, and if you have any doubts, please put a comment in the concerned videos so that I can go through it and I can solve it to you. Okay, and you can also mail me. The mail ID is going to provide you shortly. So let us total this. It comes to rupees. Let me check once. 1,100 plus 16,000 plus 4,050 plus 3,850 plus 1,500 plus 1,221. It comes to rupees 27,721. Okay, so here assessee is eligible to get deduction because bank is going to charge some commission or some charges to collect that interest. So we can call it as bank commission. Bank commission. So here for bank commission, the total is 27,721. Okay, minus 1,221. 27,721 minus 1,221. We need to deduct this. Why? Because these things we are going to receive from some other person, but this interest on saving certificate will be provided by banker itself. So for that regard, we not need to give any additional commission to the banker itself, because banker is going to provide us the interest on saving certificate. For him we don't need to pay any commission. So for the balance amount we need to pay the commission. So total minus this amount, we will get rupees 26,500. So 26,500 into how much percent they have charged? 1.5%. So 26,500 into 1.5%, it comes to rupees 398. It comes to rupees 398. The balance amount is taxable. It comes to rupees 27,323. 27,323. As I said you, in this question, they have charged that additional commission for collecting these securities from the assessee. So assessee is claiming an deduction. So we can give deduction, but for this point we should not give deduction because banker is going to provide the interest amount. So when the banker is going to provide interest amount, the banker itself is not eligible to charge commission. So for the whole total amount you need to deduct 1,221. For the remaining balance amount you can give 1.5% commission. Okay. By this we can end the chapter income from other sources. By the next class we will start assessment of individuals, which is a new chapter. Okay. Thank you.